And they're off. But if you head out to the racetrack to bet on the ponies this weekend,
the ponies look a little different.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. They are four-legged animals out there. But, well, it's not horse racing. Well, there's horses too, right, Javi? Javi, who are you with this time?
I don't know. You know what? I don't trust these ostriches because just a short while ago, I was trying to take an ostrich selfie, and this guy was trying to peck at me. He was about to take one of my ears off, so I'm watching my back out here. But talk about going to the wild. Yes, there will be some ponies out here, but they're going to have some competition with the ostriches, also the zebras, and some camel races this weekend at Turf Paradise. We have Vince Francia, the general manager of Turf Paradise, and this is just a fun-filled event where you kind of get a different perspective.
That's exactly what it is, and it's geared toward the families, toward the kids, and we have it every year, and it keeps getting better every year. And of course, this year we've added the zebras and a zonkey to the racing menu, so it's fun and lasts from beginning to end.
You got to explain the zonkey.
The zonkey, half donkey, half zebra. He's going to be part of the presentation this Saturday, you bet.
So when they come out this weekend, not only will they watch some racing, some people might get a kick out of people just trying to jump on these ostriches.
The ostriches, of all the animals here, that is the zebras and the camels and the zonkey and all of that, the ostriches are probably the most interesting because when they come out of the starting gate, you never know which way they're going to go or what they're going to do, and they're very curious birds, so that's the extra added attraction of what they bring to it.
And now, in fear of maybe somebody sneaking in a horse, are we checking the stripes here? Any paint smudging?
We will be checking the stripes on Saturday.
Well, it should be a lot of fun this Saturday, and somebody who knows about that fun, the defending champion of the camel races, my buddy Carl O'Callahan. And how difficult is it to get on one of those things and run?
Well, they get down on their knees like holy camels, you know, like the Irish do, and but we just hang on, just hopefully to go in a straight line.
How fast do they go?
Not as fast as a racehorse, but they pick up speed, they get momentum. That big old lad over there, that's my ride for tomorrow. He shipped in pretty good, looks pretty good and healthy. So we're trying to win the title for going year 2.
How do you get into camel racing?
You just wait for the CEO of Turf Paradise to call you and say, we need you, so that's why we're here.
Is it a smooth ride or is it bumpy?
No, very smooth. Big old stride on them, like a big old rocking chair, really. That's what it feels like when you're out there. When you watch it on television, it looks a little bit faster. But no, it is kind of smooth.
Okay, so what do you get when you win it all in the camel races?
Last year was a voucher, but I'm hoping they come up with a little bit of a trophy of some sort this year. I mean, this is a lot of work.
How's the back feel after the race?
Yeah, not too bad. We're waiting for the zebras. We got zebras this year, which is something we've never had at Turf Paradise, and the ostriches we had last year, and that's a wild race, actually.
Wild indeed. We wish you the best of luck in defending your championship coming up in about an hour or so. We're going to get them back on that camel, kind of practicing before Saturday's big race. But it should be a lot of fun out here at Turf Paradise. Fun for the whole family. Come on out and watch the races.
That ostrich doesn't look halfway.
Wild weekend at Turf Paradise, and I do mean more wild than normal. Some of the jockeys might have a tough time saddling up because their racing partners have humps. And Javier is our jockey in training. Why are you standing there not up on that hump?
You know what? I asked, and they said they referred, and you know the mayor of Cave Creek is actually the general manager out here at Turf Paradise, and he mentioned something about Scott Passmore when he was out there with the bulls and he ripped his bicep, and apparently, Scott, you've now ruined it for everybody.
I did.
So
I killed it for everybody.
Yeah, they won't let us on the animals, but I'll tell you
sorry.
someone who is on the animal, the defending camel racing champion, Carl O'Callahan. Look at him go. Ready for action right there, riding number 1, and he'll be defending his championship tomorrow here at Turf Paradise. And talk about a wild ride. We're racing camels, we're racing zebras, we're racing ostriches, and anything else really they can find. We're joined by Aaron Hedrick, and you said you are the head pooper scooper?
That's right.
Tell me how crazy this is for these folks to be racing and riding these animals.
Oh, you know, it's a good time. It's a thing that the horse race track likes to bring out and bring a lot of families out, and it's exciting. It's something new and different, and it's gonna be a good time. You need to come out early and get you a spot here by the track and get a Coke and hot dog and get ready for some fun action.
I like that. What kind of skill does it take to ride one of these animals?
Well, the camels are not real difficult. You know, we have a saddle on the camels. It's all about balance. The zebras, a little more balance. We ride with a Western style saddle. The ostriches, a whole lot of balance. We have a harness we put on the ostriches, and they're like riding a football. You can dip forward or backwards or side to side. So. You have to really pay attention about staying right in the middle and making the finish line.
I would imagine the ostriches don't take too kind to that saddle.
Oh, we don't have any problem with them. They know what's going on. They know it's time to race, and there's some competition between them. Ostriches are not a real intelligent animal, but they'll compete against each other. No, not hard.
How fast do those things go?
They're gonna run in the 20, 25, maybe 30 mile an hour range for a short distance. They're only going to run 100 yards. So they'll run pretty hard for a little ways.
Yeah, and you said the camels too. They got a short distance and then they're ready for some water.
Yep, they're going to kick back and take a month off then. We run from the 16th pole, so it's just right at 100 yards, and they know where the finish line is.
All right, a lot of fun to be had out here at Turf Paradise tomorrow. Yes, the wild races will continue. We're going to see if Carl O'Callahan can defend his championship. And again, I got to tell you, I've spent more time with these guys. I'm a little scared of them.
I don't blame you. I really don't. Don't fall off that
Look
camel. That's a long way down.
Yes, it is, especially if you're at the top of that hump.
Avi, thank you, man. Have fun out there.
Oh, we have got some beautiful weather for the races tomorrow. Also great weather if you're headed out to a spring training game. Live look from Salt River Fields. We do have temperatures right around noon, probably about 78 degrees on average around Metro Phoenix. So as you're heading out to the stadium, it does start out warm. It gets even warmer from there. By 2 o'clock, 83 degrees. And as those games are starting to wrap up right around 4. We have Mike with Turf Paradise. Good morning to you.
Good morning. We're ready for a really exciting day. We are racing everything.
These guys are pretty rambunctious this morning.
They're up early and they're ready to race. Gates open at 11 o'clock. The first horse race comes by at about 1:20, and then at 4 o'clock we race camels, ostriches, and these feisty zebras.
And so tell us a little bit about the camel races starting off. Do these guys go pretty fast?
They do. They go about 25 miles an hour.
25 miles an hour.
Same with the zebras, ostriches, just a little bit slower. So it takes a lot of skill and a lot of nerve to be able to race these things.
We don't typically see these guys are fighting now. We don't typically see zebras being raced, so this is something new that you guys are doing this year.
This is the first year we're racing zebras. In the past we've raced camels and ostriches, and this is the first year we've raced zebras. Now they do race zebras in Africa. They're sometimes used as pack animals. They're less like a horse and more like a donkey.
Okay, all right. And then, of course, you guys have the ostriches. Ostriches are over there. They're not the nicest looking things.
They are not the most cooperative in the world. Now, they've been racing ostriches for hundreds of years, but it does take a lot of skill. Ostriches just primarily go on instinct.
Look at this guy right here. He is like, he is just, I don't know what you're doing right now. What, you want some love? Do you want some love? Can you say good morning, Arizona? No?
Yeah, you're getting nuzzled.
Admission today is $2, right?
And in addition, we're also racing people. The folks at Prop 123 are going to have a kids fun run at 12:30. Of course, the horses start racing at about 1:25, and then the camels, ostriches, and zebras will race later in the afternoon.
All right, well, quite a treat. Look at him. Now we've got this one over here. All right, so we're going to hang out with these guys throughout the morning. They are not shy in front of the camera, no doubt. Look at the camel over here. This camel wants some airtime, too. We're going to talk to one of the camel racers coming up in the next segment. But for have Carl, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for joining us this morning. So you are one of the racers that's going to take part in the camel and ostrich races later this afternoon. First of all, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a horse trainer here at Turf Paradise, and I'm a very competitive person, and I'm here this afternoon to ride one of these camels.
And so last year you actually took part in the races. Tell me a little bit about how that went and what you did.
Yeah, last year the Turf Paradise came to me and asked a bunch of people here if we could get on these camels and ride them in the ostriches, and of course I was foolish enough to try it, and I won the camel race, so I'm back here to defend my title and try the zebras this year and the ostriches again, and looking forward to a great day.
So tell me a little bit about what it's like to ride a camel. Are they smooth? Are they slow? How is it?
Yeah, the camels are pretty smooth. I mean, they're pretty straightforward. You just kind of get in there and hopefully they break pretty sharp from the gate and get in a straight line and go straight. The ostriches have kind of got a mind of their own, and they're all over the place. And the zebras are going to be a lot of fun. They slip and slide and twist and turn, and it's going to be like a little mini rodeo here this afternoon.
What do you think the hardest animal is to ride out of those three?
I'm going to say the hardest one is probably the ostriches. The more fun is going to be the zebras, and the camels are pretty straightforward.
So ostriches can actually handle your weight. Do they go pretty fast?
Yeah, they're actually quite smooth to ride, but it's staying on them is the hard thing because of all their feathers and stuff. You're slipping and sliding, but they have a harness on there you try and hang on to, and but these animals are very well trained and they know how to go in a straight line. It's just it depends what they want to do this afternoon.
And they don't go as fast as horses, you said?
No, they know 35 miles here.
All right, Carl. Well, thanks for hanging out with us this morning and giving us some insight into these races. The ostrich, camel, and zebra races actually happen at 4 o'clock, but they do have horse races happening before that. Gates open down here at 11 a.m. A grandstand admission is $2, but kids 16 and under are free. They've got live entertainment down here. They also have a kids zone, so if you're looking for something fun to do with the family, maybe you've got grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle visiting for Easter holiday, come down to Turf Paradise. They're off of Bell Road and 15th Avenue. I'll send it back to you. Twila, and Twila is one of the trainers out here at Turf Paradise. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Tell us a little bit first of all what your duties are out here.
I train racehorses, and I also exercise them in the morning. Takes a lot of time in the barn to look after the horses, train them right, and prepare them for the races. And
so today you are ditching the horses and you're going to the zebras. Tell me a little bit about that.
yes, I think it's a great event here at Turf Paradise. Last year I rode the ostrich and the camel, so I thought this year I'd another check off the bucket list, try the zebra.
Have you ever ridden a zebra before?
No, never.
So what are your thoughts? What's going through your head?
They kind of built like a horse, so I think it might be a little more comfortable than a bird, an ostrich, or a camel, but we'll give it a shot.
So what's the most unusual thing you've ever ridden before? Would it be the ostrich, or have you done something completely different?
I would say the ostrich and the camel. That's about it, yeah.
So have you seen how rambunctious these zebras are this morning? They're getting a little wild. Does that worry you?
Yeah, well, actually, I watched the videos, and they can be a handful, it looks like.
Yeah. Have you heard any tips from anyone that has ridden a zebra before, or you're just going to kind of do your own thing?
Just hang on tight.
All right. So tell me a little bit about what it was like riding the camel and the ostrich last year.
Well, the camel I had last year, he was actually the first guy came off, so it was kind of, he wasn't very nice. The ostrich, my leg got hung up and he kind of started to spin. I didn't really like the ostrich, but it was fun. It was definitely fun, and I would probably do it again.
How do you train for something like that?
You don't really, you just get on and hang on.
All right, so you were out at the race last year for the ostrich and camels. What was the atmosphere like?
Oh, it was great. Everybody was cheering us on. Lots of people, packed. A lot of stuff going on here. It was a great event.
All right. Do you have your pick from any of these zebras in this pin? Which one do you think you'd pick to ride?
I'm not sure. The fastest one.
The fastest one? All right. Well, Twila, thanks for hanging out with us this morning. We wish you good luck because look at this one. He's just coming right up to us. Oh! He just butted me. See, this is a troublemaker right here. So this is the Camel Ostrich Zebra race is happening later today. Gates open at Turf Paradise at 11 a.m. They start the horse races at 1:25, and then about 4 p.m. is when they do the Camel Ostrich Zebra races. They've never had zebras race out here before, so it should be quite the spectacle. And we've got Twila here that's going to wrangle one of them and ride them up. So I'll send it back to you
brave lady.
guys. So Christina, and you are one of the trainers out here, correct?
No, not a trainer. I'm an exercise rider, and I assist and train when needed.
Okay, so you exercise the horses out here?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and today you are actually going to be riding one of the ostriches.
Yes, I am.
How do you feel about that?
A little nervous.
Tell me a little bit about what your expectation is for this all.
I just hope that I don't lean too far forward and they topple over. You got to lean back when you're hanging on and flag them to get them to go straight.
So tell me a little bit about what it's like exercising the horses.
Oh, it's great. It's good exercise, and I love being around the horses and been around them since I was 7. I'm 34 now and been galloping horses for about 16 years.
You feel like you can rely on them to take care of you, get you from point A to point B just fine?
Most of the time, yeah.
Okay, but the ostriches not so much, right?
No. They kind of go their own direction.
Did you train to ride them before today's event?
Oh, no.
No?
This will be my 5th time, I believe, riding them, and the first time they kind of just tell you to hang on and lean back, and that's about the only strategy you have.
So they're wearing a saddle, right?
It's like a harness that goes around their bodies and a little handle you get to hang on to.
Do they feel wobbly when they're going?
Yes, they do.
Do they go pretty fast?
Sometimes. It depends on their mood, or they go in circles.
Are you scared that one of them might nip you? I've seen that these guys are, not the nicest.
Yeah, a little bit. Last year they put kind of little cloths over their heads so they can't really see until the time goes, and then they open the gate and you go. So, yeah, but there's been times where they kind of turn around and look at you and you're like, ee.
So we'll hope that you don't get your eye poked out.
Yep, definitely.
All right, Christina. Well, thanks for hanging out with us this morning. We wish you luck.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Ostrich Camel Zebra race is happening today down here at Turf Paradise at 4 o'clock. But gates open to Turf Paradise at 11 a.m. Then they have the horse races at 1:25 this afternoon. And then those races actually happen for the other animals at 4 o'clock. It is $2 for general admission. If you got kids 16 and under, it is free. They also have live entertainment. They have a kids zone down here. They have a kids run, which is something cool. That's, I believe, around 12 or 12:30 or so. But if you're looking for something to do with the family, this might be the place to come today. They're off of Bell Road and 15th Avenue. Stick with us. More from Good Morning Arizona right after this. Of Turf Paradise. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Robert Fox.
And so this is your first year with Turf Paradise.
This is my first year. Yeah, I've been in the summer. I call in New Mexico at the Rio Doce Downs, which is more known for quarter horse races, where Turf Paradise is known for thoroughbreds.
Take me through your role as an announcer. What exactly do you have to do?
Okay, well, in general, I do just the general public announcements. To let everybody know what's going on throughout the year for the day. If any horses have been taken out and such. When they're in the paddock getting ready for the races, I give my selections who I like, and then proceed when they come onto the track. Try to memorize the horses in the time that they're on the track, ready for the race. And then during the race, call the race, as accurate as possible. I try to call as if you can't see it, or if you can't see it, or if someone, say that
you're painting a picture for them.
Yeah, I'm painting a picture. I mean, even like imagine like if you were blind or whatever, helping out someone that can't see. I'm trying to paint, a visual, actual picture of what's going on as best as I can in the short amount of time and that I have.
So have you ever called a camel race before?
I have called a camel and ostrich races a few years ago in Rio Doce. We had them. The zebras is new. Out of the two that I called, the ostrich was really interesting because the camels generally run straight, where the ostriches can do a twirl. There was one or two of them that did a twirl, and that's kind of they're a blast to watch though, and the crowd loves it.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Again, we're live at Turf Paradise. We do have the camel, ostrich, and zebra races taking place at 4 o'clock this afternoon. But before that, we are going to have the horse races at 1:25. Gates open at 11 a.m. They are going to have also a cool little kids run around here. I think that's right around noon. But if you would like to bring your family down here, grandstand admission is just $2 if your kids are 16 and under. They get in for free. Again, they've got a kids zone bounce houses. They'll have live music. We have the great weather. They're off of Bell Road and 15th Avenue. Stick with us. More from Good Morning Arizona right after this. I have the superintendent of all these exotic animals. Introduce yourself.
Aaron Hedrick,
And so you came here all the way from?
Nickerson, Kansas.
And so this is what you do. You travel around with these animals. Tell us a little bit about your job.
Well, it's always exciting. You're seeing a lot of new places and new faces, so it's enjoyable. We bring the ostriches, camels, and zebras out here to Turf Paradise, and I'd recommend you get out here early because it's going to be a busy place.
How do you train these animals to race?
You know, the zebras and camels, they have a little bit of a competitive spirit. They like to race each other. And they'll, even at the farm out in the pastures, they're always pushing and shoving and running. And the ostriches is repetition.
Yeah.
They're not a real intelligent animal. I love them. They're probably my favorite. But
Who's the biggest troublemakers?
you know, the camels, a lot of times I say they remind me of teenage boys because they're always pushing and shoving each other around trying to show their dominance. And
Oh, that's so funny. So when the race actually happens and it's over, you kind of have to corral them, wrangle them all in. Tell me a little bit about that.
well, the zebras and camels, they're going to run right to us. They come down and they know what they're doing. The ostriches, they'll run down, they jump in the trailer, and it's already bedded and have feed and water in there for them, so they like it. They
So
jump
they know
right
where
in
to
and they're
go,
done.
huh? All right. Where's your next stop after this?
We'll head back home tonight and back to Kansas, and then our next one is about a month away in Remington Park, Oklahoma City.
All right, fun stuff. So come on down here if you're looking for something to do with the family. Bring them down to Turf Paradise. Gates open at 11 a.m. today. They are having horse races today at 1:25. They'll wrangle in the horses, and they'll let out the ostriches, zebras, and camels. This is the first year they've actually raced zebras. That's going to take place at 4 o'clock, and all the fun kind of wraps up right around 5 o'clock or so. Live entertainment, a kids zone, great weather, Bell Road and 15th Avenue. Man behind Turf Paradise, we have Vince. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Kim. How are you?
Fantastic. This is always such a fun event, but you guys are doing something new this year. You guys are introducing zebras to the races. Tell us a little bit about what's going to go on today.
Indeed, we are. We have done in the past the camels and the ostriches, and we thought we'd add something new, and it's going to be the zebras this year.
What should people expect with this?
They should expect fun from beginning to end. This is fun. It's a lot of laughs, and it's really geared toward the family, toward the kids.
Who do we have on the zebra right now?
We have Tamara on the zebra, and she's going to be racing later on today. And we do check the stripes. We make sure that they are black and white, and indeed they are zebras.
So this is only one event that's happening down here today. You guys have a lot going on. Tell us a little bit about what else families can expect.
In addition to the animals, and especially for the kids, we have the multiple bounce inflatables and the petting zoo for them. Early on in the day, we have an exhibition by the Phoenix Canine Corps, and we have a kids race, and the kids race is in conjunction with Proposition 123.
And so this is one of your typically biggest days out of the season.
It surely is. We do it every year, and it takes months to prepare for, but this is a large attendance day, and so we have to prepare for that.
When does your season eventually wrap up here?
We end the day after the Derby. The Derby is always the first Saturday in May. Closing day is May the 8th.
All right. Well, Vince, thanks for hanging out with us, giving us some insight. If you are looking for something to do with your family, maybe you've got grandma, grandpa visiting, auntie, uncle, you've got your nieces, your nephews, this might be the place to bring them. Admission is only $2 for the grandstand, and kids 16 and under are free. Again, as I mentioned, those gates open at 11 a.m. They do have the horse races happening at 1:25, and then the camel, ostrich, and zebra races happening at 4 o'clock. Everything wraps up usually around 5 p.m. But if these animals are anything like I've noticed, just hanging out with them in their pens, they're pretty rambunctious. So we should be up for a good show, I think, Jamie.
We like rambunctious, don't we?
Riders here. Martine, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And so today, not only are you riding horses, you're going to be tackling this beast over to our side. Tell me a little bit, first of all, how you got started with horse racing.
I started since, very young. I was about 16 years old when I rode my first race. My dad used to train, and I was the only one in the family doing it. So.
And your dad trained in Argentina, right? And that's where you're originally from?
Yes, that's correct.
And so you moved out here about 20 years ago?
Yep, that's correct.
So how many races do you think you've won in your lifetime so far?
Close to 2,000 races.
What's your secret?
Nothing, just like I do every day, just work hard and work with the right people.
So tell me a little bit about what the difference is between racing a horse and racing an ostrich.
I feel a lot more comfortable, riding a horse, though. At least you think you have a little bit more control. But I've ridden both, and they're a lot of fun.
So last year, I know you rode the ostrich. They're basically harnessed. You have a saddle on them, is that correct?
Yeah, it has like a little harness you can grab a hold with both hands, right under your waist, and yep.
Do they go pretty fast?
Yes, they do, yeah.
Yeah. Have you been bitten by one yet?
No, I haven't.
No?
No.
How do you avoid that? Our photographer got bitten earlier this morning.
I guess, just try to stay away from them, I don't know.
All right, Martine. Well, thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Good luck to you on your horse races and your ostrich race today. I know that's kind of a little scary for some folks. I would be terrified. I'm not lying. So gates open down here at 11 a.m. at Turf Paradise. Horse races start at 1:25. Then they put the horses away. They bring out the camels, ostriches, and zebras. First year they've ever actually had zebras. Martine, I think you should try out the zebras while you're at the ostriches, since you didn't do that before, right?
No, I have never done it before, no.
All right, Martine. All right. So again, Turf Paradise, we are down here off of Bell Road and 15th Avenue. Grandstand admission is $2, but kids 16 and under are free. I'll send it back to you.
That ostrich still has